Wake up with Wake. So, I think there's something important to say. There's something important to do. Which is at the end of every month. To come out with a new iteration of an operating system for life and living for the next month. I think that this makes more sense than New Year's resolutions. I think new month's resolutions make more sense. And here we are. Here we are. So we're going to play a little game, and that game is going to essentially be to name as many of those as we can in bullet points. Bullet points. This is not linear. Just bullet points. And we're also going to be looking at it from within the framework of what are the whats? And when I say what are the whats, I mean if you didn't have to figure out the how, if you didn't have to figure out the how, and you could just make something a rule in the operating system, what would it be? So we're going to be saying what our optimal operating system rules are for this subsequent month. And it doesn't mean that we're going to necessarily succeed, but we're setting this intention, we're planting this seed. There's a seed to succeed. So we're throwing it out there, and we're inviting the universe to gather around this intention. So the first thing, if it were up to me, would be that for this upcoming month there would be no refined sugar. And just kind of as a blanket binary. And I'm defining refined sugar as very specifically, so I don't mean the technical definition of refined sugar. I mean that I will consume no products in which refined sugar has been added to the product. Okay? So what I'm permitting myself is fruits. What I'm permitting myself is honey. I'm even permitting myself maple syrup. But I'm not consuming any products on which the label says added sugars. And then there's sugar to it. Now, And any sugars that I do consume, I consume in my eating window, and that's the other intention for March, is I'd love to eat very yeah, I'd like to keep my eating, what's fair to say? Yeah, in the 9:30 to 3:30 window. The 9:30 to 3:30 with an aim for 11:30 to 3:30. So 9:30 to 11:30 is this buffer zone where I'm welcome to, but not encouraged to. And so that gives me an intermittent fasting schedule that ranges from 18:6 to 24. 18, yeah, and I like that. I like that even better than a 16:8. And so maybe it looks something like this, that at 9:30 is like liquid meal with supplements, and liquid meal can mean like smoothie or soup, some kind of a smoothie base or broth base. And so 9:30 is like liquids and supplements. Then 2 hours later, well, does that work? No, I think it makes more sense to say 9 to 3. Yeah, 9 to 3, 9. Yeah. Yeah, I think if liquid meal is at 9, lunch is at 11, and dinner is at 2. I think if we do 9, 11, and 2, and I just simply only hydrate between 3 and 9, that feels really good to me. Pure hydration between those times. No snacks, no treats, no meals, no. The only thing that I can have during that time is water and, do I even say tea? Yeah, water and tea. Water and tea. But then any of those sugars that I'm still consuming that I talked about are preferably closer to my 9 o'clock or at my 11 o'clock, and less so part of my 2 o'clock. But even so, that's far enough away from sleep to have a negative impact. So that's one of my, that would be one of my operating systems for March. Does anything else need to be said on that topic? I guess there's a part of me that is like, I kind of want to be able to have honey in a morning tea. So let's say I can have honey before 9 as part of that first cup of tea. So imagine that playing out. How does that look? Any critiques? How does that look? Any obstacles, critiques? I guess, what do I want to say it? Something, yeah, obstacles are social contexts. So maybe in social contexts that are between 9 and 3, I guess, do I want to allow myself to cheat in social contexts? Yeah, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. That if someone gifts me with something and I consume it between 9 and 3, again, preferably between 9 and 12, that's permissible. That's permissible. In part because it won't be happening that often. And if I change my mind, and want to make it more strict because the non-strictness isn't feeling good. That's fine. All right, the next piece is that I really want for 8 to 4 to be free of maybe let's work backwards. After 3 p.m., I don't want there to be any stimuli. That's tricky because it raises the question, how do I work from 4 till 6 p.m.? Given that stimuli is such a part of the work. So I haven't solved that yet. When else would I do the work? If I'm working from 5 until 8, 5 till 6 liminal, 6 till 8 deep. I mean, there's a question mark, which is work between 1:30 and 3. Work between 1:30 and 3, question mark. But I'd rather be out in nature, out in the world, out in the sunshine, out in the nature. I'm looking realistically. I mean, the first is going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of work. So what about this question? What else do I know? I know that I want to be hard stopping everything at 6. Going to bed at 7. 7 to 5 is sleep. 7 p.m. till 5 a.m. is sleep. Yeah, I guess there's this real question around 4 to 6 p.m. that needs to be solved, which is, is it work, and what kind of work? What kind of work? If work is part of it. I mean, it'd be interesting to say, yeah, that nothing stimulating can happen 4 to 6. But then that would mean front loading more work. From like 10 to 11:30. I mean, what do we like better? 5 to 8. 5 to 8 and 10 to 11:30. 5 to 8 and then 1:30 to 3. 5 to 8 and then 3 to 4:30. Or 5 to 8 and then 4:30 to 6. And should it be fixed or should it be variable? Should it be fixed or variable? I kind of like the idea. Hi, buddy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hi. Oh my goodness, if it isn't the floofiest floof. Hi, floofiest floof. Hi, floofiest floof from McGlooftown. Hi, floofiest floof from McGloofville. Such a cute floof made out of Flooftown sauce. Such a cute floof made out of floof goodness. Nom nom nom. Nom 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 nom. Such a floofity floofity floof fluff. Hi, floof. I think it makes sense for it to be variable. Variable meaning it can happen from 10 to 11:30. It can happen 10 to 11:30. It can happen 1:30 could happen 1:30 to 3. It can happen up until So is that it? 10 to 11:30 or 1:30 to 3? Yeah. I like that. I like that. I like the idea of the workday being and if we're talking about the make and bake we're saying really is happening between 5 and 8. $10 to 11:30 or 1:30 to 3. And then I can also add that make is welcome in any hour of the day. But it needs to be the low stimulating kind of make. Yeah. So what does that mean for 8 to 10:30? 8 to 10. Being. 8 to 10 is being. So what else would you add to the operating system? Well, I guess we're taking our morning supplements, the first meal, and or the second meal, and then our evening supplements happen between 2 and 3. And I guess if the wind down routine begins at 4, we should be entering the liminal at 6. And falling asleep at 7. I would like for there to be a physical reading part brought in March. I would like there to be not just audio reading, but physical book reading. And I feel like that's a good evening activity. That's a good evening activity that could happen between 4 and 6 p.m. or 5 and 6 p.m. Could be a shift to reading. Question is, when is stimulus allowed? Is there a section for YouTube, for example, or are we cutting YouTube out? YouTube's a tricky one because it's both informative and inspiring, but also has an addictive what's it called? Interface. So let's see, when is YouTube? Yeah, I mean, it's not very natural. I mean, I don't think it should be allowed every day, but I think that there should be days where it is. That's weird. That's very strange. Very strange. Yeah, we could say maybe it's allowed, like, this is a tricky one. There's a part of me that wants to say it's allowed during nine to 9:30 and 2 and 2:30. So essentially, yeah, I mean, if we have 9 to 9:30, 11 to 11:30, and 2 to 2:30, We could allow YouTube into those windows. It's just a question of how is that for the dopamine system. Yeah, so we're really looking at this time restriction, aren't we? So time restriction where 9 to 3 is when all the stimulants can occur. The limited stimulants can occur. And then 3 to 6, we want to be unwinding. I think with 11:30 to 1:30 being a true siesta. So really our deepest, most stimulating work is happening 6 to 8. And we're allowing the stimulus All right, let's walk through this now in a linear fashion. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Let's try to do it walking forward and see if that works. 5 to 6, liminal work. 6 to 8, deep work. 8 to 9, no work, nature, out there. 9, optional liquid breakfast. 9:30 to 11, either a work block or continue just being. 11, lunch. 11:30, siesta. 1:30 to 3, either just being or work. No, 1:30 to 2. Yeah, I guess we didn't talk about 1:30 to 2. 1:30 to 2 could be a good stimulating work block. What else are the whats that if you could just make them happen, they would change everything? I mean, I'd like to do no social media or contain it. I mean, I like the idea of containing everything between 9 and everything that is stimulating between 9 and 3. But I also like the idea of just not doing it at all too. Much more being, much more cleaning. I think that could be one of the downsides to doing, yeah. One of the downsides to doing allowing for YouTube between 9 and 9:30, 11 and 11:30, 2 and 2:30. I think if we're doing let's think this, if we're starting with the take day followed by iterate, take, iterate, iterate slash total detox. Oh, that's, yeah, the total detox days could be where we do none. No YouTube, nothing. That's good. So total detox days, none. No sugar. Could even do no food. And then break. No, I think we should do take, iterate, detox, make, break, and then make, iterate, break. I think that's the way we want to do it. Make, sorry, take, we have take, iterate, make, break. All right, take, iterate, make, break. Make, iterate, break. That's going to be how we lay this out. So let's be very explicit. Day 1, take. Day 2, iterate. Day 3, make. Day 4, make. Day 5, iterate. Sorry, start from the top. Day 1, take. Day 2, iterate. Day 3, make. Day 4, make. Day 5, break. Day 6, make. Day 7, make. Day 8, make. Day 9, iterate. Day 10, break. That's our cycle. The only question is to whether to switch that first, is to switch day 3 and day 4, basically. Sorry, to switch day 3 and day 5. because we could have 5 make days in a row. Well, we'll just have to see. Okay, anything else before we say goodbye that we want for this next month? There's going to be more. Oh, goodness. There's going to be more. But not right now. Because right now, I'm a few moments away from falling asleep. So be it.